only does Facebook claim you're the reason for misinformation, they also claim their fact checkers are protected opinions. And salutations, my lovely little lunatics. It's me, your friendly and psychopath insanity, here with my co-host Bob.
Hello.
And today, on the Insane Report, well, Facebook Meta as it is now, they just can't get away from idiocy after idiocy after idiocy after idiocy.
Well, what do you expect? They have all the money in the world, but at the same time, I got nothing.
No, we don't. We got nothing because I can't understand why they say this or why they think this goes okay. But anywho, before we jump into it, make sure to like and subscribe for more insane news. Also follow us on Locals,
Rumble,
Minds,
and Bastion.
And maybe throw some dollary dues at us on PayPal or to our Bitcoin or Ethereum wallet. Anywho, so Facebook, Meta, whatever. They just keep getting in trouble. It just gets worse and worse.
Yeah, now I understand why Dorsey stepped down.
Yeah, he just couldn't take it anymore. I'm wondering how much longer, or even if, how much, Zuckerberg actually owns and runs everything.
Hey, maybe as much as Dorsey. He owns 2%?
I think he did. But you see, once again, if you can't do anything, or if suddenly your consequences are coming for you, just make stuff up. Or just try to blame something else. Try to push it under the rug. Facebook is brilliant for that. But anyway, let's just jump into it. Okay, from the Daily Mail. It's all your fault. Facebook exec blames users for spreading misinformation and says social media firm doesn't have enough money or staff to eliminate it.
Okay, I can understand the staff thing, but actually imagine if suddenly all those jobs that are not being filled were suddenly like, hey, we'll pay you an actual good salary to come work at Facebook and deal with misinformation.
I'm betting that would do really well, and I'm betting the misinformation would go away in a second. But we'll get to the other part, why that may not be true. But the whole thing about it is they don't have the money. They don't have the money. Facebook, one of the big tech gods that is now running the world, doesn't have enough money.
It really is kind of funny.
It really is. Well, maybe it all depends on how much they pay. Well, at the same time, we all know how much Bobby Kotick and all that being overpaid, one of the most overpaid CEOs of all time, and kind of stuff like that. Maybe if they were thinking that's the kind of money they'd have to do for this.
Nah, I think about 45 to 60,000 would be good.
It would be good. Many people would take this job. But let's just see what's going on. Newly appointed Meta CTO Andrew Bosworth said that people, rather than social media, are to blame for the proliferation of misinformation online. And that is kind of true. It is the people who make the algorithms that push the fake news.
Yeah, I think he means us.
Well, he can't mean us. I don't use my Facebook account. I use my Meta for Oculus, and that's it. You had something to say?
No, I was just trying to think. I hope they get rid of that.
Yeah, me too. Anyways, continue on. The veteran developer who joined Zuckerberg in 2006 and invented the news feed said the onus should be on the individual in any meaningful democracy. So you're saying you should get rid of the algorithm and let us peruse and curate our own news feeds. Continuing on. He called Facebook a fundamentally democratic technology. Well, it was originally, but then you people got your hands on it. Despite the recent revelation that the platform allowed high-profile users to break its policies. Oh, don't worry about that. They'd give us more money. That's their choice. If it's our choice, then why do you... Get into that later. That's their choice. They are allowed to do that. You have an issue with those people. You don't have an issue with Facebook. You can't put that on me. It's your product, your platform. You say how it works. And yes, the buck ends at you, douchebag. Bosworth touted that Facebook's information counter campaigns to spread authoritative information on CCP-19 and the vaccine. Yeah. You spread a bunch of fake news, and you banned a bunch of people. Once again, the fact that my Twitter is back after the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, the fact that you banned people left, right, and center for posting memes or posting anything about the Kyle Rittenhouse story kind of proves that to be a bunch of bullshizzle. Continuing on, it's uncomfortable that we possess enough fundamental rightness, even in our most scientific centers of studies, to exercise those powers on another human. You're Facebook. You do this all the time. You have no problem with this. You have problems when people call you out on it, which is why you're trying to say, it's the user's fault, not us. If we took every single dollar in human we had, it wouldn't eliminate people seeing speech they didn't like on the platform. That's fine. Then stop trying to push your garbage. That's your problem. That's the problem right there. Make it fully free speech. Unless someone threatens harm or does something illegal, then you take them down. Other than that, no one cares. People can leave. They can go do their own garbage. No one cares, Facebook. This is why you're dying. This is why TikTok's kicking your butt. Anyways, now let's continue on to them fact checkers. Now, so, Facebook, well, actually, let's go to the, okay. So, yes, here's the whole thing. John Stossel was suing Facebook because they put fact checks on his Facebook post. And the whole thing is he is a journalist. And a journalist having things posted on their stuff saying false or being fact-checked really ruins their credibility. So this is why I understand they tried to file defamation. But let's read on Facebook's defense of this. You go ahead, Bob.
Okay, here's why the facts about me lie. Facebook bizarrely claims its fact checks are opinion. But they're fact checks.
Yes.
The simple fact that it's saying this is not a fact or this is not true is not an opinion.
Yes.
Oh God, my brain hurts.
Mine too. Continuing on.
Facebook is a privately owned company, so it can censor whomever it wants. But what Facebook is doing lately is just sleazy. And I bet they're gonna hide behind 230 protection for this.
Yep, you know it. This is why this needs to be completely revamped.
Recently, I sued them because they defamed me. They, along with one of their fact-checkers, a group called Science Feedback, lied about me and continue to lie about me. So, defamation.
Or is it libel? I think libel is spoken, defamation is word.
Yeah, I think so. Now, Facebook has responded to my lawsuit in court. Amazingly, their lawyers now claim that Facebook fact-checkers are merely opinion and therefore immune from defamation. They've got to be kidding, right?
Nope. No, they aren't. They just have so much power and money that they think they can do whatever they want. I mean, after all, they rewrote the definition of vaccine and anti-vaxxer.
Oh yeah, an anti-vaxxer is now someone who either doesn't believe in vaccines or mandates forcing them to be taken.
Exactly. And this is just the way the world is. More crazy than good old Wonderland.
Which is actually less crazy than the UK right now.
Exactly. Sorry, people across the pond, but you got some problems too. Continuing on.
Wait, Facebook's fact checkers are just opinions. I thought fact checkers are statements of fact.
Yes, so did we all.
That's how Facebook portrays them on its website. Each time a fact checker rates a piece of content as false, Facebook significantly reduces the content's distribution. We apply a warning label that links to a fact checker's article disproving the claim. Disproving sure sounds like Facebook claims its labels are statements of fact.
Exactly, and that's the big problem right there. They tell you it's a fact. It's that whole thing of, it's just so maddening because you know they're going to continue to get away with it up until hopefully 2022 when, I really hope the Republican red wave comes and they actually do something this time.
Yeah. In all honesty, I don't think they will.
Me neither. But we're going to jump over to the Postmillennial once again. Facebook admitted its fact checkers are just statements of opinions. Essentially what Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg are doing, they are declaring themselves sovereign. They say they can do whatever they want and you can't do anything about it because they big monopoly and have lots of money. And after all, we all know normal people really don't affect what kind of stuff gets passed legislatively unless at the local level and unless it's such a huge thing. Jack Posobiec said on Human Events Daily, As part of an ongoing court battle between Meta, formerly known as Facebook, and John Stossel, a libertarian television presenter, suing the social media giant for defamation over its decision to add a fact-check labels to 2 of his videos on climate change, Meta revealed that their third-party fact-checkers are merely opinion. So, here's the problem now. Once again, you can't claim you fact-checked something, lower its availability for people to see it, and then claim it's an opinion. Well, you can, but at the same time, now you get this, which is just like, okay, this goes solely against 230. This solely goes, because, my head, just continue on. In response to Meta's claims that fact-checkers are expressing opinion, Human Events Daily Jack Posobiec stated that the move on Meta's part, by declaring this opinions, they are saying they are not bound by the law. Which, once again, look at Twitter, and they have a global market. We're not restrained by the First Amendment, but you're based in the United States.
Yes.
So you need to follow United States law. Sorry, bucko.
Yeah, they don't believe in that.
And the problem is, once again, Democrats don't care because they're once again, flip it, have Facebook and have them all be censoring and fact-checking leftists all day long. As the thing is right now, you know that all of a sudden the left-leaning Senate and House would come down hard and fix all this. But because it's against their enemies, sure. And then, of course, the whole funny thing about Hassan and Vash being banned from Twitch for using a racial slur, a very funny racial slur, but it's still a racial slur. And they're like, but how is this possible? You're saying such a word, it can't be. It's not a racial slur. Yes, it is. And now they're coming after you because, once again, once they've used you, they will turn to abuse you. We are not bound by 230. We are not bound by defamation law. We can do as we please as we see fit. Essentially, what Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg are doing here, they are declaring themselves sovereign. They run your lives. They do whatever they want, and there is nothing you can do to stop them. In the opening pages of Meta's court filing, it states that Meta relies on independent fact-checkers to identify, rate, analyze potential misinformation on Facebook platform. That doesn't sound like an opinion stuff. That sounds like you're saying this is right and this is wrong. The independence of the fact-checkers is a deliberate feature of Meta's fact-checking program designed to ensure that Meta does not become the arbiter of truth on its platforms. What? The court filing states, beyond this threshold, Section 230, the complaint also fails to state a claim for defamation. The court filings continue. For one, Stossel fails to plead facts establishing that Meta acted with actual malice, which, as a public figure, he must. Okay? The problem is, he's a journalist. And you saying he's fake news, you saying... Basically, they went after other people for trying to claim places are fake news and all that. The difference is this is Facebook. For another, Stossel's claims focus on the fact-checkers article written by Climate Feedback, not the labels affixed through the Facebook platform. The labels themselves are neither false nor defamatory. To the contrary, they constitute protected opinion. So, they're not facts. They're opinion. But we treat them as facts. And if you get slapped with this, we will go through and lower visibility of your content. Because after all, we have no reason other than we don't like what you're saying.
Which is editorial.
Yes.
But they want to be a publisher. They don't want to be a publisher, they want to be a platform.
Yes.
But they want the thing of both.
Exactly. So that's the problem. You can't go around messing with stuff on your protected by 230 platform and claim you're not a publisher. Once again, a publisher, like a newspaper, they can go on and say these things. They can choose what they put up. But if someone gets in trouble, someone posts something they're not supposed to, or someone posts something bad, then it is the newspapers in trouble because they allowed it on. You going in and specifically going through people's stuff and editorializing them makes you a publisher. You want to claim it's everyone's fault? You want to say, oh, it's all your fault for spreading misinformation. There's nothing we can do. And yet you do go in and editorialize things. Yeah, sorry, you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, and that really needs to change. But I mean, come on. I hope the Republicans do something, but I doubt it.
Yeah, if people like Mitch McConnell are still in there.
Yeah, then nothing's gonna happen. Ted Cruz can come out again and again and again and again and again and again and say, "Oh, I believe this is bad." But if nothing gets pushed forward, then nothing ever changes, and then slowly we'll get pushed into the metaverse, we'll own nothing, and we won't be happy about it. Anyway, that'll be the end of this little video. If you like this video, then check the like button and subscribe for more. And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.